it is like the opposite of whatever they say, the calm before the storm. It is now the calm after the storm.
Mm-hmm.
We've had 2 weeks of people being in the house for fun, and it's kind of weird that I can't even say the Q word. It's like, I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious, and that is a word we don't say in hospitals, but it means the opposite of loud. And it's that, and it feels really weird.
It's really quiet.
Oh, he said it. Ooh.
Had to. I can't play that game.
Oh, he said it.
But what I am looking at is, you see that? It is a children's, like a chocolate milk straw on white carpet. That's how you know.
That's my straw.
What's it doing over there? How did it get on the floor in the studio?
When you
child?
queued up the camera,
Yeah.
I licked the coffee off of the bottom of the straw, and you were like 3, 2, and I threw it over there because
Gross.
I didn't want to mess up the look of my cup. But I was trying to preserve the lip gloss. That's my straw.
Wow. And that was the best place to throw it. Okay.
It was clean. It's totally clean.
All right. Well, this is the podcasting material you're going to get after us taking. It's been 2 weeks since we've recorded.
But for real, 2 weeks of people hanging out and hanging in the backyard and swimming in the pool. And I think that I owe everyone an apology. And you probably can guess why.
No.
I'll give you one hint. It's in the garden.
Oh.
The
manure mulch.
The manure mulch.
Come on.
So, okay, the saga of the garden continued, and way back in April when the weather was great and I ordered 8 yards of mulch, I was mulching everything and it somehow wasn't enough. And that was okay. I had to spread some topsoil in the immediate backyard of the courtyard and do some stuff there. And then May came and it just rained. And June started and it rained and it rained and it rained. So finally I got to mulching that little back courtyard garden.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was so done with this project. I spent probably a good 20 hours on it that 1 week. And I was so fed up, and I go to Lowe's and I'm pricing out all the stuff. I'm like, I'm just going to get the cheapest stuff. I'm so done with this project. So the cheapest mulch must be made out of total just, cow manure.
Yeah, just straight up.
It was straight up poo smell in the back of my car for a good solid week.
Mm-hmm.
I even cut lavender out of my garden. I was like, maybe if I hang this through the car in the hot, it'll get rid of the smell. And it didn't.
We had a party a week and a half ago, and I was chilling with my buddy out there. He's only been here maybe twice.
I felt so bad.
And he was just hanging out, and I was like, that's the new mulch. It smells like poop. He goes, oh, I was wondering what that was. It's just sorry.
I knew as I was putting it out that it smelled that that bad. But I thought that with how just sun scorching hot it's been, that it would just kind of dry up. I was like, oh, I was talking myself into the fact that this mulch must be stinky because it's damp.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't. It just was really stinky.
Yeah, it just stinks.
Yeah.
And right before your family came over, I knew you were very excited to finish your project. I had to beg you.
I had to go buy 6 more bags because I still wasn't done. I had to go back twice for these stinky mulch bags.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're just sitting on the front patio right now waiting to be put out. That's my job after the pod.
There was one thing that happened that I'd been waiting to tell you.
What?
I've been waiting for the podcast to tell you. It happened last week.
What?
Well, I had just a brief moment, a respite, if you will. Oh, first off, I'll tell you the tale of the dog food, because that's pretty wild that this happens.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was very strange and amazing.
Yeah. Maybe a week and a half, something like that.
I haven't even heard this whole story.
There's not a lot to it, but it was just really? What are the odds of this? I'd love to know. I'm buying dog food. My dogs get a very specific kind of dog food, as everyone does. You kind of find your go-to. If you don't have it, you're what am I going to do? So there's the one food out of 100 different types of food. So that's my go-to. It's pricey. It's $100 a bag, but it's what they like. They both eat it. No problem. So I'm getting my bag of dog food, and I'm in line, and this guy got kind of close, Like there's no one in line, and he was
Right.
like way too close. Do people ever do that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's like a 3 feet minimum.
Do you know what
Like,
really bothers me?
personal
Here we go
bubble?
off on a tangent. Do you know
Okay,
what really
okay.
bothers me is the self-scan when people rush me.
Ooh.
That bothers me because
Yep.
I might load everything on the little carousel
Mhm.
and pay, but I'm not ready to walk out because I
Correct.
need to finish putting a couple items. The
You
really
need to double
heavy,
bag the
gotta double
yeah.
bag anything
Mhm.
that's heavy. So I need to figure out like something to say that's not overly aggressive, but like lets them know, like, dude, wait your turn.
What about this?
Of when
Get back.
they put their thing on there. So you're on the carousel loading stuff. This has nothing to do with dog food or the story.
But this get back
When
to
people are loading, it felt like that. That's why I was like, what am I talking about this? He was that close to where you're still like getting your
Yeah.
bags ready and somebody puts their little basket down
Oh!
and they're just waiting
No, wait. For real? Somebody has done that to you?
multiple times.
That is crossing a line.
It really bothers me.
You
I can
can't
feel the
until- because
internal
here's the
frustration
thing.
of like, dude, I'm not done. Wait until I
No.
walk away. It's okay. And I do think there is a distance to where you're like, that's mine. I claim that
Mhm.
one for everyone
You
else
can start
waiting.
taking those first
You can
couple
start
slow
taking those
steps
and-
and kind of lean in
Yeah,
that direction.
but I think 6 to 8 feet that you just have to pause. Like you're giving them
Yes.
that buffer.
Yes.
That if they do see you, it's far enough away that is a very polite, like, hey, I'm next in line, but please,
Yeah, because
please
isn't there
continue.
like
Take
a
your time.
scale on the bagging that reads and registers when you put your groceries on it that
Mhm.
reads when you take them all off and then it turns the light on the top green.
There's one that's
And
even
that's the signal that says,
okay.
oh, I'm available.
Yes, there's one that's even worse. Have you ever been in one of these things?
What?
There's a grocery store, I think it's a Kroger that does this. This
Okay.
drives me crazy. It is a self-scan, but it's not like the little carousel, Lazy Susan, whatever you want to call that thing with the bags, which by the way, it should be bigger. There's only usually 3.
Susan needs to stop being so lazy.
Susan is extremely lazy.
Yeah.
This is the one, it's self-scanned, but it goes down the little rolly,
Oh,
the little
no.
rolling pins all the way to the end.
No.
So you are just sending it. You're sending everything, and it's so far down. So what you can't do is kind of begin the pre-bag because you'll
You can't.
like doop, and
You're
then you
now
put it in the thing,
racing the
doop, and
person
you
who's
put it in
going
the
to
thing.
start scanning their stuff.
And then so you're done. You have to check out. Everything, the process is done. Then you walk down and you have like 20, 30 items, whatever it
Yeah.
may be. So you start loading
Yeah.
and someone else is like, oh, that one's open. So they're kind of scanning and they're looking at you. I'm like, I can only go so fast.
Dude, you turn into a grocery pit crew.
Yeah.
And
I'm
you're
like, do you
"Oh,
want to help?
I got it.
Yeah. I think you should have to tag.
Yeah.
You should be able to tag someone in.
What if
If
there's
they
a
get there too
baton,
early-
though? Like, you know how there's like toilet keys
Mhm.
to restrooms and they've got something big and kind of annoying on
Yeah.
it? Like, you should have to have something and you're like, here you go, man. This
Mhm.
checkout. Number 6, this is all you, bro. I saw you giving me space. This is for
Or
you.
just control a light. There's a red in it. There's like, yeah, a red and a green. Like as soon as you start the process, it turns red. Like
I think it
taken.
does already.
Yeah, just like a
It does.
restroom, occupied. And so I think when you're at that bottom bagging, there should be a system that when you are done, you hit a little light,
Mhm.
bing, and then people can step up.
But
Anyway,
to explain
My
why I yelled
goodness.
and put my fist out very forcefully,
Yeah.
all weekend, one of our little nieces was very upset about our dog invading her personal bubble. And so
That was cute.
what she started to say day one was, get back. And she'd put her little hand up. And so then we heard that. That was like a theme comment all
Dozens
weekend.
of times
And
a
it
day.
was so cute. And
That's what we said, told her to do. was
she did
just
it.
following instruction.
And he did not understand because he's like such a knucklehead.
Mhm.
And at one point, she had 2 dogs and she was doing the get back. And I was like, she's totally Chris Pratting the
Yeah.
Velociraptors. But that could be your motto.
And speaking of dogs, I'm pretty sure that my Weimaraner, my dog, has legitimate like PTSD from like
oh, he does.
from like trench warfare from
It's
World War
so
One.
bad.
I mean, it's
like, I don't believe in reincarnation, but if I
wild.
did, he
when the
was like a war
fireworks-
dog.
And there's no reason why
Yeah.
he would be that terrified. But I mean, tail between the legs, he hid in our
I
closet
know.
at the smallest fireworks, and then of course after multiple rounds, because people don't just launch them off on the 4th; it's multiple days.
Mhm.
After that, we had the worst lightning storm.
It was so
They're
bad.
so loud, it
The
shook the whole
thunder
house.
was so bad, and he doesn't
Same
know
reaction.
the difference. It was so sad.
Yeah. So,
He's probably kind of bound up from it because he's just like
Dog
afraid
food.
of going outside.
well, he can go in your mulch. No one will tell the difference. There it is. Okay.
Dog food. You're in line and
Dog
this guy
food,
invaded your bubble.
There's a guy in my bubble.
Okay.
Man, I
Full
forgot
circle
how to
moment.
podcast. You have to help me. Guy invades my bubble so much that I think he wanted to let me know he wanted something, but I'm like, what in the world would somebody like? What do I anyway? So I pay. As soon as I pay, excuse me, sir, that food you have? I'm like, yeah.
Do you know the Lord and Savior Jesus
Yeah,
Christ?
yeah. Excuse me, sir. That's your dog food, right? I'm like, I just spent $100 on it. That's correct. I don't remember what he said, but I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I have 2 bags of that at the house. These are 50, maybe
And you're
more,
like,
at least 50 pound, 100.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, stranger that I just met, this is going to poison my dog. And he's like, do you want them? He's like, it doesn't settle well in their stomach anymore. I just have them.
Wow.
And I was like, sure. I was like, what do you do in that situation? I was like, do you want my number?
We're used to people being so weird, like a good news story. And it's like, ugh.
Ooh, yeah.
Who are you?
There's got to be more to this.
Wait,
you couldn't just be
where's the catch?
just a nice guy.
Yeah.
So we exchanged numbers and texted back and forth, and he
and now we're best
then I gave him my
friends.
address, and I was like, I just accidentally, like, my whole family will be murdered because of this. Like, a
For dog
stranger,
food.
here's my name, here's my number, here's my house, here's my social, like everything. And
You'll know us because you'll see the dogs in the window.
I rolled up one day. There was this really nice SUV in the parking lot. I'm like, who's that?
We don't
And
have a parking lot.
He kind of driveway.
Yeah, there
and
you
he
go.
kind of it was a parking lot this past week.
It was.
So many people here. And then waved at me, saw the dog food bags. Get out. I made a new friend. We talked for like 15 minutes. Made a new buddy.
BFFs.
But what I'm saying is wasn't just a kind thing. What are the odds that guy, not only would his dog use the same food, but no longer use the same food? He had 2 extra bags. We happened to be there at the same moment. Like, what? And then, yeah, so I'm stocked up on dog food. Providential. There's my exciting story. That was not what I was going to tell you. Man, I'm done talking after this.
Where are we going with this? What were you going to tell me?
I've had a long week, okay?
I know, it's been, hey, listen, we're both very
I've
underslept.
had a long week. I had Melody sleeping.
Mel slept in our room.
Bedroom on an air mattress. She built a little fort in the corner. It's just everything's been turned upside down. So my brain is not thinking right.
We have partied all weekend.
Here is what happened to me.
Okay.
Last week.
Oh, yeah.
Been wanting to tell you.
Okay.
It wasn't the dog food story. That was for the listeners. This you don't know. It happened. I was like, gonna tell Kate. I think I got a new listener to the podcast.
Oh.
You'll never guess who it is.
I'll never guess?
You'll guess because he's made a feature on the podcast.
I think you already told her that.
And it is, nope. He has made a feature on the podcast.
So someone's been featured
on the podcast. We named a podcast after them, and they are now a listener.
Oh gosh.
Number 17 specifically.
Oh no.
You don't know them. I didn't either. I had to look it up.
What is it?
Good old Joey Starbucks is now a listener of the podcast.
No way.
I promise. I was out alone, got away from all the chaos, went to Starbucks.
Dude, I've thought about that kid every time I go past that intersection.
Genuinely forgot. Like, it was such a cool moment. We did the podcast. Brain went on. Life went on.
Okay, wait. For anybody who's not listened to episode 17, me and Joe, we go through the Starbucks drive-thru without even looking. It's like slow-mo movie. He's reaching up to put his card in the little box slot thing as Joey Starbs is pushing it down through the window, and they just shing.
Yes.
And they just had this moment. It was very funny, and they both have the same name.
And the beautiful moment of it was neither of us were paying attention nor looking at
they weren't
what we
even
were
trying
holding
to
in our
do
hand. Yeah, he was looking at me. I just like looked up at him, and both of us just had that moment. So it was a very special moment. So I went to get a cup of coffee.
Okay.
And I'll admit, it was a lady's coffee.
Well, what's a lady's coffee?
Once every 2 years, I put cinnamon spice and everything nice in my coffee. All the things that the ladies put, you know, I want.
Guys, this is like a real,
real life
coffee. 17 years marriage exclusive. I did not know this about you.
Black coffee.
What?
And that day, I was feeling a little extra, right? And I was like, I want all this sweet stuff. So I ordered the coffee.
But like what kind?
Well, I didn't know. I don't know. So I was like, hey, I want a cold drink
Mhm.
So do you have like cold brew? But do you have like any flavoring? It was kind of embarrassed. Like, do you have any flavoring? Anything sweet that you could put in there? And have you seen that? Have you seen that video of the guy walks up to the coffee counter? He's like, "I need a black coffee," and he slides a little note
No.
across. He's like, "That's it, just a black coffee." Looking around, the guy looks at it, and it's like 2 double soy, like caramel. It's like this, yeah. And then the guy makes it for him, and he's like, "1 all black coffee."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and the guy walks up, and he's like, "Thanks, dude."
No sugar or
Yeah.
creamer. Amazing.
So it
So
was
you went and
it was actually
was
really
it
good.
good?
It was a cold I don't know, cold brew
Okay.
with a foam of
Okay.
something, and it was a vanilla foam cold brew, and I said, "Can you do that with caramel?"
Fancy.
Because I like that a little bit more than vanilla.
Yeah.
And the guy, who I didn't know who it was and didn't even think about it, was like, "Yeah, I can do that for you. No problem, bud."
Nice.
So I drive up, waited quite a bit, and no one came, right?
To the window.
To the window. It
Sure.
was it was an open window,
Because
and
listen,
there
he's
were
busy
people
making
doing
your very
so
fancy
I was
drink. It
just
took
taking
him
my
forever.
time, just chilling, fancy drink. It'll be 2 years for order again. Don't even think about how much it was. And the guy came up, genuinely didn't even notice him. I wasn't paying attention. So there was no cool card moment.
No, I
I just
getcha.
wasn't thinking. I was just
You're in the zone out mode of like, I'm
gave me
gonna get some
the drink
coffee.
first. That's what it was.
Okay.
Guy comes out of nowhere, hands me the card. I was like, "Oh,
Right.
thanks." Put the drink down. Then we began to do the thing. It was only after that I looked up. I didn't notice his face at first. Name tag, Joey. And I was like, "Dude, are you Joey?" Looked at me. He's like, "You're Joe."
No
I was like,
way.
"Bro, so glad I get to see you again." I was like, I don't know how to say this, but
we named our podcast.
yeah, no. I was like, I have a podcast, and our story was told on the podcast, and he knew exactly. There was no like, oh, because
Amazing.
this will stick with him until the day he dies. This will be part of his eulogy. This one time, young Joey, and yeah. So he was like, "Are you on Spotify?" I was like, "Yeah." I instantly looked it up. He's like, "Joe and Kate."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I don't know what number it is, but it's literally called Joey Starbucks. Like, we named it after you, bro." He's like, "It's right here." He started playing it. He goes, "Dude, I'm gonna listen to this with my employees." So,
Joey
yeah,
Starbucks.
Joey Starbucks, if you're listening,
I talk about
big
you
shout
all
out.
the time.
You're the man. Glad you're part of the show now.
You're the man.
So
Joey Starbucks.
Yeah. that happened.
I do wish I could say that with like a New Jersey accent. Wouldn't that be cool?
No, it would not be cool.
Well,
I'm done talking for a minute
Oh my
because
gosh.
my brain is crazy right now.
Your brain
I
is
just talked in
crazy.
circles and said like 4 stories.
Well, I think my brain is a little fried too because we've just been up late having fun, up early with little kids. Because the kid span of all of like the gatherings, I think it goes as low as 9 months up to 13 years old.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you what, since I'm parenting the 13-year-old, like I feel old. Sometimes I see really cute chubby babies and I'm like, I could totally do that. I could totally do that just one more time. Oh, and it is like this temptation and it's exciting. And you think about all of the wrinkles and the tubbiness and the cute little outfits and the way they giggle and all the things. And then you remember, hey, this baby might keep me up all night long. Or this baby might, get colicky and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'll just say the baby that was at our house this week was an angel baby. And he did make it very difficult for me to be like, nope, no. We're old now. I
No.
can't go a whole night without any sleep because I have to have sleep.
You can't control it though. Every kid is so unique and different.
Every kid. And this little baby is an angel baby. And his parents are probably the luckiest parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that being said, I do come with prepared with grievances.
It hit me.
Well, it's not about you. My first grievance is that I do not have a charming regional accent. Because I have lived in, 5 or 6 states,
Mhm.
I have the most generic American accent there could be. I don't think you could meet me and say, she is from blah, 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 because I don't have a charming regional accent. I don't even have an identifiable regional accent.
Your siblings do though.
They do because they moved to a region when they were young enough to still
Up
have the
north.
accent.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I can do that accent.
Yes.
But like, I want to have like a charming regional accent so I can say stuff and it sounds nicer.
I think you would adopt it if we
Even
moved
if I
to the South.
wasn't being nice.
If we moved to the South, I would say after a year, you'd pick up some isms, like little things here and there.
Right.
And I think after 5 years, like it's a part. I think you get bit.
But like
Not full on, but you would pick up an accent.
I think you would.
Yeah.
I follow a couple people that are from the South, and then I follow a couple people online that are from Appalachia, Appalachian country, the hills country, and their accents are just amazing. And they can say whatever they want, and I'll just sit there and just be like, yeah, just talk more, just talk more. But I just have like this regular accent. And it's frustrating to me that the world did not give me a charming regional accent. And is it weird if I do talk in a charming regional accent?
I bet someone from another part of the world would like your accent.
Oh, you're the nicest.
Or they would hear it and they would think that it's really, maybe not like regional, like you could point to it, but they would be like, oh, that's a thick American accent.
Thick American accent.
Thick American accent.
I know.
I always love when actors are so British, but then they do like a pretty good American accent. Like that's really weird.
Oh yeah, Tom Hiddleston can do a really good American accent.
Like because Americans are always like when we're being like really snooty or sarcastic, we always try like a British accent.
Yeah.
So you're used to that, but it does trip me out, especially the actors who are incredible. Like I would say,
well, Tom Hiddleston,
Christian Bale.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Or good old Tom. Yeah. When you hear them in an interview, you're like, dude, are you faking it? Is that for real?
I know.
Because they can do such a good American accent.
Ewan McGregor does a very good American accent. I agree.
It's funny to hear a British person do a bad American accent. And then,
yeah, you can see right through it. Just
so weird.
They always do like an LA accent because if they're in like TV and movies, that's the only, like, they go to New York or they go to LA and that's kind of the people they're around. So they do the LA, maybe Valley Girl vibe with the vocal fry. This is the accent that I don't want to have. Okay.
Our littlest can get that every now and then.
She does, but it's more of like being sassy.
She's got the up talking. I think that's hard for young kids to break, especially young ladies.
I don't know what you mean.
The everything ends like up and
well, I don't know.
No matter what sentence you say.
I don't know what I want for dinner. And so I think I'm just going to eat a snack. And then later I'll watch some TV. Yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely hard to break.
It is. But they'll grow out of it.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
They'll grow out of it and they'll grow into my charming American thick accent.
Yeah.
Which is kind of annoying.
One thing I appreciate about all the people here, other than them being very cool.
Everybody's cool.
Everybody's cool with paper plates and paper cups. Yeah. And I know that is bad for the environment.
Well.
But man, it sure does make a difference when you're just 25 people in your house with little babies and kids. It's the greatest.
It is the greatest because kids also always go through a ton of cups.
Yes, they do.
There's never ending cups.
Now, we have teased this on the podcast, but we've never fully fleshed it out. It's very important. When is the appropriate time when you're having company? So this would not go for your own family. So company of any kind. It could be one person up to,
a house full?
50 people in your house. Yeah. When is it appropriate to bust out the paper plates? Or when do you say, no, this has to be real china, real silverware? Is it food specific? Is it comfort level specific? Meaning, oh, these are guests and we don't really know them very well. And this is their first time at our house. So let's bring out the good cutlery and the china. And then there's even levels of china. There's like, there's the standard everyday use of
chipped dinner plates that we've had for 10 years.
Chipped and dinged dinner plates that function just fine. And then there's like that next level of like finer china. Then there's my favorite of all kind, the paper plate, Dixie brand or whatever the hearty, like you can microwave it and really load it up.
And here comes into like our absolute total opposite peanut butter and pickle vibe because I am always willing to level up to, excuse me, my pickups. Like a higher level of tablescaping and my china because I have several sets.
Is that a real word? Tablescaping?
Tablescape. Do you not know what that word is?
No.
What do you think that word means?
Do you think I tablescape anything?
No, you don't do that.
I'm not a tablescaper.
Your tablescaping is like playing ping pong.
What?
Like table. I don't know. That's probably what you think.
No.
So tablescape is like you lay out a really pretty table and then you have all of your dishes and everything matches
Yeah.
and it all
I
goes,
get
and
the term like
napkins and all of that.
landscaping, tablescaping. I was
Yes.
asking if you made that up or if
No,
that's a
I
real
didn't make it
term.
up. There's actually, I did see this. This is something charming from the South. Somebody at their 4-H fair had a tablescaping competition, and it was very interesting. Anyway, I always want to level up to it. You typically lean towards leveling down to the convenience of paper plates, plastic cutlery, and paper and like
Oh, yeah.
plastic cups, like solo
Yeah.
cups. But I think there's so many factors that go into it other than preference. That is, how many people do you have? Because you can't lay a table or have a huge party with all of your dinner plates if you don't have enough. And then who gets
Okay.
the regular dinner plates and who gets paper plates? Then you got to look into the holiday. Is it a get together? Is it a holiday gathering? Is it casual? Is it not? There's a lot that goes into it.
Okay.
For the most part, if there's children involved, I say go paper plates.
Don't you also feel like it's the type of food? So I feel
Oh,
like if it's
yeah.
burgers and dogs, like, yeah, that's
Paper
paper.
plates.
If it's steak or a really nice, like, let's say like
Yes.
a lobster pasta
If you
or
have to use a
something,
knife, maybe.
or a knife. 'Cause
Unless
a
it's
knife
just
is not
immediate, like kind of
super-
family.
Yeah, a knife is
Mhm.
not super great on a paper plate. So paper
But
plates,
Paper plates have come a long way. Do you remember the paper
Yeah.
plates of our childhood?
yeah,
Did you
white,
have those?
flimsy. They
But did
just
you
would-
have like those wicker paper plate holders?
Yeah,
And you would
I remember those. Yeah.
You would get that, and it would somehow never be washed ever, and it'd have like crusty mac and cheese on the edge.
How would you wash
How
it? It's like a
would you
restaurant
watch it?
menu. You just expect it to be a little bit
Yes.
slimy and crusty.
And then you'd get your paper plate and you'd press the little edges into the wicker, and then halfway through your meal, you definitely got a bite of paper plate.
Oh yeah.
Because the paper was just like, it was not
It
coated
would
at all.
begin to
just
disintegrate depending on what.
disintegrate.
Yeah, if you have spaghetti, it's over.
Yeah.
The acidity would just eat through that, and every now and then you get a little
Spaghetti.
nibble of wicker.
Is that why
of
you don't
the-
like spaghetti? Paper plate
I don't
trauma?
I don't like spaghetti because I think it's just the most boring basic food. I think it's like a little bit of like stew, like it's war ration food. You know? It's war ration food because it's just white carbs, just white noodles and just like tomato
Gosh, I almost
sauce.
lost that sip
And
of
then
coffee.
people will throw random things in there, veggies of different assortments.
Well, it depends on what type of spaghetti is it.
yeah.
Like a spag bowl,
What?
spaghetti bolognese, or if it's like a marinara.
I don't do spaghetti. I'm a firm believer in you need a heavy cheese layer, which is pizza,
The lasagna.
Lasagna is the alternative to spaghetti. Lasagna is the better version of it. It comes in a better package. It's nice and it's like
It's compact.
yeah,
It's cleaner to eat.
it's just like getting
But can you think about
single-
lasagna the same ever
a
again?
single cookie of no. I don't want to talk about that.
We
'cause
don't have to
that's
go there.
disgusting.
We don't have to go there.
You and all the poop talk, your poop mulch, your poop
I didn't
cruise
bring it up.
Netflix documentary.
I did watch that.
You
It was
love it.
very funny.
No, so that's not. But lasagna,
But lasagna is delicious.
because it will have typically two types of cheese. So you have your ricotta,
ricotta.
ricotta,
I don't know.
whatever. Kind of like 3/4 down from the top,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's not a total base layer. It's usually a noodle.
It's not 3/4 down.
But
It's in
then-
every layer.
It depends on how it's made.
Ugh. I
Yeah.
remember
And
Rosine's
also
being a very good.
Depends on how thick your
Hey,
lasagna
listen.
is, but there's a skill to the lasagna,
But
and there's
We made the people listen to the detail of the sandwich last time, so we cannot listen to the layers of lasagna.
I don't even know how to make lasagna. I don't make lasagna. I'm just if it's like spaghetti's not good. It's too simple. It's too basic. The
Gotcha.
better alternative is lasagna. And as I was saying,
Mhm.
it has meat. It has multiple kinds of cheeses.
Mhm.
It's in a nice package. It's got that gooey, all of the flavor of spaghetti.
Right.
You still have the same sauce. You still have the same noodle. There's just far more going on, and it's a prettier package. It's just one thing on your plate, and versus spaghetti is it's just kind of a mess.
Yeah.
It's like a slice or a piece of cake on a plate versus a dessert
Like a pudding?
like a pudding or like that puppy
A
chow
pudding?
Chex mix people just throw, and it's just a mess. That's
Mm.
spaghetti.
And get your
I
hands
don't like
messy.
spaghetti.
No, it's okay.
Overrated.
It's okay. I did have another grievance, but I wondered if Melody had anything to to ask the pod?
I've been waiting for this.
Okay.
So recently I rewatched the Lego Batman movie specifically, because it's the best Batman movie. And in it, while watching it, I realized something, and I Googled it. There are 2,781 billionaires in the world.
What?
And yet none of these guys have decided, you know what? I'm going to learn how to fight. I'm going to get like an instructor or something, and I'm going to spend a little bit of money, and I'm going to become Batman. Because Batman's only power is that he's just rich.
He's rich as
any billionaire.
He's
could
rich
do
as
it.
that rich duck from that show you like.
There's a missing element to all of this.
Alfred. Orphans. Murder. Gotham.
Bruce Wayne is cool.
Oh, Bruce Wayne is very
Billionaires
cool.
are not cool.
Dude,
There's
no.
one billionaire specifically who's trying to be Batman.
Listen,
the one thing holding him back
don't even get
is
me
the
started.
cool factor. It's Zuckerberg.
Oh, that is not the billionaire I was thinking about.
He's had a little bit of a glow up. He went from looking like
bunker.
He went from looking like an alien to like a frat bro. His hair got cooler.
His hair
he
did
started
get cooler.
wearing a chain.
He does like jujitsu.
He got
now.
into Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
He trains. He's looking fit.
But he has
At one
a family.
Point,
He's not
he
going
was
to put
going to
his
try to
life on the
fight
line.
Elon Musk.
Fight.
There was
fight.
Did that ever happen?
That did not happen.
That did not
would have been
happen.
I think
so
Elon
funny.
Musk likes to fight people.
Yeah, but like maybe not physically. But
Correct.
I would say the one thing, Elon's a great example too. He
He's
tries to be funny.
He's an eccentric billionaire, and he tries to be something.
But when he says jokes, it's like, oh, stick to being really smart.
Just be a nerd. It's okay.
You are cool because you're making cool things. But don't try to be cool. So I think Bruce Wayne, he is cool. And I think Batman is the coolest.
Does it matter? Because
it does matter.
It does matter.
100% matters.
No, it for sure matters
ego.
Because
no one's gonna know what
Selena Kyle
is.
would never fall for the Zuck. Like Selena Kyle would never fall for Bruce. Elon Musk. I know that he's got a lot of lady friends in the world, but like I just don't think Catwoman would be like
secret identity. They've got a mask on.
These two fellas in particular are like self-made billionaires, whereas Bruce Wayne was born into the wealth,
born into darkness.
Like he's more along the lines of like I don't even know who's that guy, the guy from India who just got married like last year, and he's like the richest man in the whole world, and his wife went to
I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know.
The closest thing you're going to get to
Batman,
was
born into extreme wealth,
and they might exist is like a Saudi royal prince that we don't know about. Is like born into extreme wealth, probably cool, probably has multiple lions and like cool like tiger cubs. Drives multiple Ferraris and Lamborghinis and is just super cool and probably fights crime in areas of the world that we just don't see. Like they do say that if you go to Dubai, like Dubai is one of the
they have
safest,
air-conditioned streets.
No, but it's one of the safest places.
Yes.
And there's multiple billionaires that live there. What if their city streets are safe because of an underground?
What if one of them is a real life Batman?
Well, they say some of the wealthiest people in the world aren't the ones that reported on Forbes because they're born into so much oil money that no one really knows. They're just so stinking rich that they don't want to be in the spotlight, and they're so efficient at cleaning up the streets that like there's no press. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
well, they probably own the press because they have that much money. They
paid
can
off
keep
the press.
themselves hidden.
Yeah. So I think there's no American Batmans because American billionaires are kind of dorky.
We're just
Batman has
failures.
to be cool. So I think Dubai. I think there's the Batman of Dubai.
Okay, but can we just say that Bruce Wayne is cool because his name is not an alliteration? Like I love that. All of the
like
Marvel
Bruce Banner,
guys are alliteration, but Bruce Wayne just feels cool.
And Wayne's a cool, like Wayne Enterprise, John Wayne. Like he's the cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, Mel,
Wayne Gretzky.
To answer
is
your
there any
legitimate
dorky Wayne?
Question, that's the one ingredient missing. It's not just about money. It's also about extreme trauma. He lost his parents, scared by bats or whatever. Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
Invited him in to learn how to hone his rage and find his revenge. And then even that kind of betrayed. The whole world has betrayed him. He has a high justice meter because of his father. He was raised right. And also his grandfather, Alfred, who's not really his
I'm so
grandfather,
sorry.
but pretty
Excuse
much
me?
is. Pretty
Oh.
much. I mean, he
Yeah.
raised
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
It's like a grandfather
I thought
figure.
you were dropping some truth there for a minute that I've never
but like Alfred
known.
understood the Wayne legacy of just like honor and respect and treating people with dignity and not letting other people take advantage of others. Like his dad had that. His dad passed, but his grandfather, air quotes, Alfred, continued that legacy.
Yeah.
But Bruce was cool.
He was
And,
cool.
Yeah.
But you know what? Bruce and he at the end, in the Christian Bale series,
Yeah.
am I remembering this correctly? Bought his own privacy. He left it all.
Oh, yeah.
And then
They alluded to
what
that
did
in
you
the
see? You see Alfred give him the nod.
Mm-hmm.
The nod of recognition, and it just like makes my heart warm.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's how many billionaires are there? Over 2,000?
That's crazy.
2,781 billionaires, with America having both the richest billionaires and the most billionaires.
We have the most and the richest. That's a very American thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, according
The
to
best. The most. The greatest.
I'm just skimming Google here.
That is
But
very
also-
American.
okay, but
we got them
who-
all.
wait, who's the billionaire that just got married in Italy and he Amazon.
I don't know these
Amazon.
Indian
What's his
and
name? Amazon owner.
Bezos.
Yeah. If there is a billionaire
Oh,
that would
I thought-
be
I thought you meant an Italian billionaire.
no,
Jeffrey
he
was got married
just
in-
married
yes.
Lauren Sanchez in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they don't have any friends because they just invited random celebrities to their
You
wedding.
do what you gotta do.
I just like saw a bunch of stuff about
Yeah.
the news. But he could be Batman.
He's definitely not cool.
He's not cool, but
He's
don't you
he's
think he
jacked
would try?
Because he's on TRT and like some other stuff, and
I'm
he
sure
works
he
out,
is.
and he has a private yacht who he can train.
But like
and just
his
eat
yacht
ribeyes
is
all day,
big enough to
But
be
he is
like
not
a Bruce Wayne level yacht.
Like, have you heard his laugh? His rich guy,
No, I've
awkward.
No,
Like,
is that
his-
really how he laughs?
Yeah, dude, you've got to be smooth. I'm telling you, that's the
Dude,
legitimate
Bruce
answer.
Wayne would go to all of those fancy galas and he would like avoid all of everything.
Yeah, he doesn't need the light.
Yeah.
He's not about it. He's about the dark.
He's
It's the
about the
opposite.
dark.
He's not the spotlight guy. He's the bat signal in the dark guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be seen. He doesn't want to be known.
We just need to find kind of like a rundown, hardworking beat cop chief in some big town and follow them around, and they will lead us to the real billionaire Batman.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's in America. That's why we have such a high crime rate. We need some really cool
So do we need a
kids
billionaire to become
lose
Batman?
their
Is that what we're
parents
saying?
and go to Asia and get beaten by Ra's al Ghul for years and be trained and harnessed.
Have to
into
climb up a giant
a
empty
bad
well
guy
or whatever.
crime fighting machine. That's what we need in real life.
We need that.
That would be very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with like drone technology, he would probably be caught by the police.
But you were Batman
Pretty
last
much
week. This
instantly.
is Joe last week. Hey, what's up?
Oh, I pulled my neck.
I just like went to work and
I hate
come
being in my
home, and then
40s.
I get home and he's like, "Hey, welcome home."
Yeah, pull
I
the
was like,
Batman.
Hi, Batman.
You got to twist your whole upper body when someone says something. It's I did it in dumbest way. Wasn't using my neck. I laid on the floor to do sit-ups. Could not make a single sit-up. I laid flat on my back, not my neck. Went to engage my core, not my neck. I went one up. Oh, neck's gone. That doesn't make any sense. That's just being old,
But
and it's awful.
Didn't you meet somebody later that day? At work?
Oh yeah, my buddy John. Yeah, I walked into a meeting. Yeah, I walked into a meeting and I was like, "Hey, John, what's up?" And he just like stiff neck. He was like, "Hey, buddy, what's going on?" I was like, brother. Yes, that's real. It's like, dude, you hurt your neck. He's like, so bad. I was like, me too. So I think we sat on the sides that we were angled most comfortably towards so we could see each other. Yeah, that's
I'm
funny.
crying. Well, listen, I need to go put some more of that stinky mulch out,
Yeah,
and hopefully the sun will bake off the stench.
my yard smells so bad.
It's the end. It's the last bag.
hmm
All right. Are you going to help me?
No, it smells too
Oh,
bad.
come
I'll do
on.
other stuff. I just don't want to smell poo.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. I can't argue with that.
All right. Happy post 4th.
Happy post 4th.
Oh, I see your nails too.
Oh, yeah, I did 4th of July nails. And oh, I showed my nails to someone last week,
Mhm.
and I think that they accidentally thought I was, like, asking them to kiss my hand.
Why? Who does that anymore?
I I was like
Did they try to grab it? And you pulled away? That's so
No,
rude.
it was so much more it was so much more involved, and it was like, I was on the phone, and I was at work, and the person I was, like, showing them my nails, but I was on the phone, and they went to grab my hand, and halfway through them grabbing my hand, I realized, "Oh my gosh, I think they're trying to kiss my hand. Oh, no, I think I gave them the impression they're trying to kiss my hand." All in that split second, and they knocked something over, and it just became this whole awkward thing.
Now that sounds more like you.
And it was very much a me thing.
Who kisses? If a lady did that to me, I would just freeze, and I give them one of these, those little floppy like that. I'm not gonna kiss anybody's hand. I would kiss
I bet
your
you that's
hand,
what they were
and
doing.
That's it.
I
don't
bet
get
you
it.
I was in for like a floppy, but I
They
was
were
just
in
trying
like
to shop. I was just trying to show off my nails.
All right.
But you can't go like this. That looks like you're trying to
Yeah.
fake flip somebody off by
Mhm.
like holding them all like that. But like, how do you show
I
off
would
your
go
nails?
like this.
For those only listening, which why are you doing that? Just giving like fruity jazz hands, like fancy jazz hands.
Sure. All
I
right.
gotta go.
Spaghetti hands. I don't know. Let's see ya.